Hello, hello, hello. Omni back here, and welcome back to the third video in the This Ain't Even Poker Yet Joker playthrough. So where we left off last time is we just discovered how good the merging mechanics are, and you can create some really good cards by merging seemingly lower quality cards. We did originally want to get to around kind of 25-ish chips before we ascended again, but with the new merging mechanics and some of these jokers we've gotten, we've just ended up getting loads and loads of money. Some really lucky hands. So we're up to 103 new chips to cash in, and we've gotten or received 13 from the quests here. But if we look in the stats, we just got a few ridiculous 22 quadrillion, 14 quadrillion, and that's with stacking up this legendary card, Joker, which multiplies the payout by 1,000 times if there's more than 8 suits across all the cards. In this case, there's lots more than 8. So there's 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 suits across all of those. So yeah, insane money. But yeah, let's reset. I don't know if there's something else again after we collect these 240 chips required for the fairy. But perhaps we'll be finishing this game today. Okay, it seems a shame to ascend when we're getting good money, but this will plateau eventually, and we've got lots more things to unlock, which will increase the money we earn as well. Okay, so let's do it. You got something for me. Want to trade everything in for 108 chips? You also increase your ascension bonus from 900% to 1,900%. Let's do it. Okay, so we've got 122 chips to spend. So we wanted to get down into some of these. So what's this? Genius Explorer. You can now choose up to 2 cards when claiming exploration. You can now destroy 2 cards when doing the destroyer. What does that say? You can now destroy up to 3 cards, but when completing a destruction expedition, but the initial cost increases by a lot. And similarly for that one. Let's probably wait to do that. That's insanely expensive. So good card TM. Increase the odds to get a good card from the exploration expeditions. I'm guessing that's just playing on the fact, oh, I hope I get a good card from the exploration. And it just means, I guess it increases the chance of getting rarer cards. Right, and then we've got 4 different categories of upgrade here. If I remember rightly, this one is about adding additional suits. So we've got the original 4 suits, clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. And then we can add batons, cups, coins, and swords, which all have higher value than the regular suits. And what it does is it replaces a suit initially. So this replaces clubs, this replaces hearts, that diamonds, and swords replace spades. And then these upgrades here, these replace the lower value number cards. So these replace the 2s and 3s and 4s with the, I don't know what any of these, the German S symbol, the copyright symbol, and I don't know what that D is. And then, yeah, another D and an AE and a... But these replace all the number cards, essentially. So we've got the Jack, Queen, and King stay the same, and the Ace, but all of the number cards will get replaced with these higher value symbol cards. Then this row of upgrades is about new hands that can earn money. So traditionally we've only got 5 cards per hand, but now that we've got 7 hard cards per hand, the chance of getting 3 pairs goes up. And a 6 card straight, 7 card straights, 5 of a kind, double trips, so 2 3 of a kinds, 7 card flushes, 6 card straight, fuller house, 4 of a kind and a 3 of a kind. I mean, some of these must still end up being quite rare without doing a very specific build to get them. And then this final row of upgrades is interesting as well. So currently we've got common cards, uncommon, rare, epic and legendary, and these unlock additional tiers. So mythic, what we've got mythic, relic and eternal. So I think it's probably going to be quite good to get those as well. Not sure if that affects the jokers too, but we'll get some of these, see how quickly we go burn through our 112 chips, and it would be good to increase the number of jokers we get as well. Okay, so we just want to be careful not to do these. Not only are they very expensive, but I think they will be detrimental to us at this stage. So let's get the additional rarity first. And then these only one... Oh no, they do increasing cost of chips down here. So let's go all of the new numbers. And should we get all the new suits as well? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they all seem to be like relatively stable in terms of costs, so I guess that's the expected path. Just before we forget, let's increase the number of Joker cards we get to pick from 5. And what's this? That's not that important. That was okay waiting. It's only a minute or so for the Joker to refresh. What was this one? Might be nice to put some into increasing the chance of getting better cards. So let's get a few of these hands. So 3 pairs, a 6 card straight. So we did have a Joker that reduced the number of cards required to get a straight from 5 to 4. So I wonder if that reduces this down to 5 as well. We'll find out. So a 6 card flush, 7 card straight, 5 of a kind. Yeah, 5 of a kind, wow. 2 3 of a kinds, 7 card flushes, straight flush. Let's leave that there for now. Let's put a bit of money into getting rarer cards. Okay, that ramps up pretty quickly. And the only other thing, do we want to get this up to 300 million? Let's do that for now. Let's do one more there, and then we'll get as many of the new hands as we can. So that's that. We've got 1 left to spend. I don't think anything only costs 1. Okay. Let's see how we do. So we only need another 42 there to... Oh yeah, now look at these. Right, this is going to take some getting used to. We got cups, I guess that's baton. Copyright symbol. Was that... Can't remember what that third one was called. So we got sword, baton, cup and... shield. Can't remember what that one was called. Let's get these upgrades. Yeah, I wonder with these new cards. Oh, we still... Oh, right, yep. So we've got upgrades to increase the value from all of those new hands as well. 6 auto flip. Let's get down to expeditions unlocking. Let's get these going for all of the trinkets being interacted with for our quest lines. Increase the number of cards we get to. Oh, we're already at 100 million. Yeah, so those, it'll be a mixture of those new card types. So let's do that. Right, let's quickly get the rest of these cards for these decks, and then as soon as we get 300 million, we will get the additional 7th card per pack. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to end up making money pretty quickly across all of these. Oh, we got the million. 300 million. Right, so we'll get the 7th card per deck. What else should we do whilst we're here? Let's increase expedition by 1. Let's get the straights and flushes going as usual. How much do these newer ones cost? 500k, a million, 2 million. Already 1 billion gold, so we can afford a joker already. Yeah, we'll try and focus on legendary jokers. I found I had to quite quickly replace. Oh, we've got the new rarities as well. So maybe it is the mythic or I can't remember the word, mythic, eternal, and something else. Let's increase the speed of that. Let's do the quest speed. Right, yeah, we're earning so much money, we can quickly go through all of these. $1.6 billion. Right. Of coins, not shields. So we can also think about the merging. So we do still get the old style suits. So let's get that for now. And then think about what we can... Oh, can we pick 2? Yes. Okay, we'll do those 2 for now. And think about what we can use for good merging later on. So we also need to remember the numbers. Because the numbers start at 2, go all the way up through the regular numbers to ace, and then they start being these new symbols. Let's do that. That one for now. But yeah, we do need to remember we've got these extra options to consider now as well. We didn't get a new rarity type when we did that. Already got loads of achievements. Let's just shepherd this through. Kind of the money from the quests becomes so poor that it's more just worth focusing on getting chips where we can. Let's see if there's any good jokers. Okay. Multiplies the current hand by 5 times. Takes the card with the highest value score from your last hand, increases its rarity, and adds it to the current hand. Interesting. I wonder if that's worth trying. So, pay out by 5, pay out by 2. If you've added the A to batter. Yeah, I'm not sure. You have to think about where they're useful, these jokers that add a specific card to your hand. So even though that's epic, that sounds good, but I wonder what the eternal and the newer rarities offer. I wonder if I'll come to regret not getting the speed up on. So that's a legendary. one of that. Oh, we get two. So let's get that and the epic of diamond and battens. Just two? Yeah, just two. Let's keep exploring. Right, let's increase the time there. What have we got going on? Okay, so let's start maxing out these. I'll just mute while I do this. Probably that clicking is probably annoying. Okay, we've maxed out all of the kind of traditional upgrades. Yeah, it's going to get hard to understand these symbols, but I wonder if you can get an ace. So that's a good range on there. Let's do that one. Oh, yes, we get two. Let's do that one and that one. In fact, that. Right, let's see what the new jokers are. Epic. Just want to see if we get beyond the legendary. So what's the legendary one? If every output is common rarity, yeah. So that sounds good on paper. We want to avoid getting the commons. We want everything to be a special or rare card. Yeah, so a straight can now be scored with 4 cards. It's not clear if that affects the 6 card straight. Let's get it as an experiment while they're still reasonably cheap. And we'll refresh those. So jack, so ace. Let's get that and that one. Get that one because it's got a decent, it's got a range and a decent selection of suits. Another whole load of achievements. Yeah, all of these. Yeah, if any of these get stuck for more than sort of 10 seconds, it's probably worth refreshing. Let's get that one and that one. Let's get that and that. So these heart, yeah, increase it if more than a number of hearts are involved, if an even. Sorry everyone, just had to go AFK for a little while there. Let's look what we've got from the jokers. Just rares still. Let's keep refreshing. They're still not seen a beyond legendary. I mean, that's quite a good legendary just off the bat anyway. That's a good range on there. Maybe it's worth that instead of the rare. And we can merge it and upgrade it later. Yeah, let's keep focusing on getting jokers and good cards we can use. Oh wow, that's another good legendary. Yeah, still not seeing any of the higher rarity cards. I wonder if you can only get those by merging or something. Let's do that. Rare. Ninth inning axes if you get the 9 of spades. The B of battens. Smaller flush. Again, unclear if it's... If the sum of the cards involved is even, let's get that for now, just to start increasing the money we're earning. Refresh. So that's a good example of lots of suit value and a decent range. Let's get that one as well. Ooh, play a royal flush. Oh, it's so unlikely to get a royal flush though. Good suits. Not seen a card that has more than 4 suits yet. Don't know if that's possible. Let's just double check. I think I've done all of the basic upgrades apart from the one that goes to 100. We're up to a quadrillion already. Yeah, you're not getting very lucky with these. Let's do the payout by 5 and refresh. Oh, that thing in the braces. Oh, oh, I see. So it takes it and upgrades it. So in this case, it upgraded the legendary to a mythic. Or an uncommon in that instance. Interesting. Okay, big range on that. Huge range on that. Is that the full? It's not quite the full range. Let's get the epic. And that is a huge number range there. No royal flush yet. Merge 2 or more relic cards. Let's get that. And that. Nothing to do in there still. Let's do current hand by 5. Refresh. Every time I see these lights, I knew friend of mine I used to play badminton with years ago. He used to design the light patterns for these carnivals and theme parks and things like that. He used to travel all around Europe. It's quite a specialised skill. And so yeah, I used to go all to the big theme parks around Europe designing these light patterns and things for roller coasters and carnivals and things like that. I always think it's interesting about all the stuff you see in the world. It's someone's job to imagine or design or create these things. It's a pretty decent range on that one and that one. Let's see what our best card's been so far. So 1.6 quadrillion. 5 of a kind, 7 cards straight. So we're getting not a lot, but occasionally getting 5 of a kind. Still no royal flush. 2 3 of a kinds. I mean, we just don't have enough of any of the cards for that to happen. Well, I suppose these range cards would count, but I'd be surprised if we, the chance of that happening is probably fairly low. Yeah, 7 cards straight there. Whoa, is that got 5? 1 of clubs, hearts, cups and swords. Take those 2. We'll do that a few more times and then we'll start seeing what we can get by merging. Perhaps see if we can get into a mythic card or something like that. So we're starting to earn decent money. We've managed to earn another chip from the income we're getting. That's good for the range of suits. Is that full range? I think that's full range, isn't it? Yeah, wow. Let's try and get that up to, well, legendary and beyond. Oh, I've forgotten to upgrade these values. Right, I'll just mute quickly while I do a bunch of clicking. I'll check in on the expeditions in between doing that as well. I won't unmute, but I'll obviously just pick what I think's best. Let's pick these 2 epic ones. Let's get that going. Let's check the Joker. Rare, epic. Let's just do the 5 multiplier again. Refresh. Those 2. Okay, right, I'm going to upgrade the value. Ooh, we got our first mythic. Increases by 24 times. Okay. Let's get that and that, obviously. Very cool. Yeah, apologies, it takes so long to do these clicks. But let's continue. I got distracted then. Was that a 4? How much was that? That was a huge hand, I think. Yeah, 71 quadrillion. So 5 of a kind again. So 5 of a kind, not a straight. That's got a straight joker. But just the legendaries, and I think it's all in the kind of symbol-based numbers. 22 quadrillion. Oh, with that mythic on. Wow. That's not even got a joker next to it. Yeah, let's try and get some good legendary jokers. Epic. Not having much luck with the jokers. Still no royal flush. Let's do a merge and we'll get the chip and see if we can improve any of these cards. Definitely got all of the upgrades. Got 26 chips already, so actually only a few more and we'll have enough to pay off the fairy, though I'm not sure how likely she is to let us escape. That's such a shame. So all common. But these have got an interesting mix of suits, so we'll see if we can get above 4 here. And I'm assuming this should go up to common. Or uncommon, rather. So yeah, only 4. Didn't really let me see that, but each card can only have 4 suits by the looks of things. I didn't notice what the range of the numbers on that card was. The achievements. So yeah, 175 quadrillion. Yeah, making money again quickly. Yeah, just still no royal flush. Oops. Check the jokers. No legendary joker. Refresh. So it's 50 trillion, so yeah, we've still got plenty of headroom on the cost of expeditions. Another huge range, good range. $19 quadrillion there for that hand. Wonder if I've been taking a few too many common cards from expeditions, even though they've got a good range. I wonder if just getting them up to the higher tiers is just going to be, you know, a burden over time. So 200 trillion. Might start catching up with what we can afford soon. Oh yeah, that's just don't want that one. Or maybe we've got so many commons that does make sense to have. But yeah, it'd be good to get that legendary or higher of the one where it's based on the number of different suits involved in the winning hand. Yeah, 350 trillion. Yeah, I'm going for higher rarity cards now, so that we've got some good candidates to merge with our lower quality cards that have either a good selection of suits or a good selection of, you know, range of numbers. Almost at a quadrillion per expedition. I swear that was a total of less than 200. Is that, when I get one of these, does it add to there? We're about to get one so we can watch. No. I thought we had to get 42 when we started this run. Not sure what's happened there. We are over a quadrillion for each expedition. Royal Straight. Each straight hand scores 0.5 as much, and this increases by 0.5 times. So increases by 0.5 up to 5,000 times. So initially that's going to decrease the money. Let's see how many straights we've got in a second and see if that's worth giving a go. I think let's get this for now just because we're just not getting any luck. Right, let's check that. So how many times have we gotten straights? Take none there. Whoa, we got 200 quadrillion. Yeah, wow. So I was looking at straights. So we've had 851 straights. So that wouldn't, even throughout the whole duration of this run, and it would only be on one deck. Not sure that's worth it. Ooh, Eternal. 96 times. The King of Hearts and Diamonds. 96 times is big. Right. Wonder if we can merge that. I'd be worried about merging that and it downgrading its suit? I assume that wouldn't happen. Let's try this and get that going, and then we'll refresh. Is that still the one that makes sense to be up in the highest value? So to be fair, maybe even these 5 times make more sense to be up in the higher level. It's a shame you can't combine the lower straight and this straight card. Oh, so we've already gotten 1, so that's already gone up to 1.5. Maybe this will become actually pretty valuable. Let's see how that does. $3 quadrillion. Oh, we're up to quintillions now. Still no royal flush. A few more seconds there. We did get a mythic or an eternal. That is cool. 5 quadrillion. Oh wow, okay, so we got a 2. No wonder we were at 2, couldn't it? We got a 2 quintillion roll. So 5 times. What is it? A 5 of a kind. Interesting. I mean, I wonder if some of these could end up actually being royal flushes, but the 5 of a kind is the higher value win. Like, why are there so many cards in this one? Is this the one that adds extra cards? Yeah. And it got that mythic in. I mean, is that even a great L7 card straight? Is a pretty good hand. But that mythic just tipped it over the edge as well. Right, last one, and then we'll do some merging. If you get the same hand twice in a row, 5x. Yeah, probably not. Compounds on itself. Does that mean it's per... So that compound over the lifetime of the Joker, or each time, you know, it has to occur multiple times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, and it'll keep compounding. So I just don't see that as being very likely. We're still only in the billions. Let's see if that does stack up over time. Okay, let's get those 2. Right, let's start doing some merging. Okay, so we've got 84 of that quint to that 2.4 quintillion hand has pushed us well over the number of chips required. Okay, not a great set to pick between. So that should go up to rare and have a decent range and 2 suits. We'll try and keep going until it feels like progression is stopping here. And then we will prestige and give the fairy her chips. So I think this one and this one for the range. Yeah, so huge range and clubs and swords. Or batons and swords, what that was. I'm not even going to look if they're not legendary. I'll get that just to fill out our deck. So we now have a Joker on everything. Okay, so we can now focus on just finding what's better. So that's got good suits. That's got excellent range. Oh, that's got even better range. I wonder if it should be... If we do that one and that one, then we can save this one to merge with something else down the line. Yeah, that's a good card. So I think if we do that, this is just going to stay at epic. But maybe gain the coins suit? Let's try it just to try and understand this a bit more. Yeah, so it stays at epic, gain the coin suit, and gain... I think that gained more range than it should have. Look at the jokers. So I don't think there's any point in doing anything with this because that's already got a reasonable range. But I wonder if merging this rare and uncommon makes most sense here. Yeah, so that's got the extra suit and more range. Okay, cool. So this should go up to legendary. It's a shame neither of them are particularly... They're the same suit and only a single value per one. So we did get some range and an extra suit. So if the evolve... Okay, cool. That one I think is good. So if the involved cards offer more than 26 total value, multiply the payout by 1,000 times. Okay, so let's make space for that. So which one isn't working? I think this small straight is probably not doing as well as it could. Probably that. Unsure about that one. Yeah, it's only a multiplier by 6 and it's for even, so let's replace that one for now. And we'll get this one and we'll refresh. And then let's put that in the top slot where it's going to earn the most money. So I'll merge these two up to legendary. Again, had a few different suits, but a small range. That could probably have been better. So that 2.1 quintillion, still the best. Oh, we got one with the 7 card straight with the Eternal. So already that one with the 26 value has put one in the top 5 hands. A 6 card straight flush. Must have been fairly common cards to be that lower score. Still no royal flush. Oof. It'd be a shame to lose. I mean, it's only got one value. Let's see. So we've got a reasonable range there. We've already got nearly max suits. Let's try it anyway. So bigger range. Yeah, probably not worth doing that. Not until we're dealing with like lots of mythics and eternals and those kind of higher rarity cards. Maybe we need to plow away, a lot more chips into the chance of getting the rarer cards. So let's not use a legendary. Let's get one of these up to. So this has got 3 suits, and then this has got a reasonable range. So that should go to legendary. Epic. Let's start with quadrillions. I guess unless it's a quintillion draw, probably not that exciting these days. I don't think we're going to get a royal flush. I do wonder if it's... Not only is it quite rare to get a royal flush anyway, I wonder if these additional hands we now have make that the unlikely choice. Oh, okay, nice. So not only we should get more range, more suits, and then this should go up to mythic. Yeah, mythic. Nice. So we've already got one of those. I don't think it's working particularly well. So what happens if we add an ace to this epic? Does it just add the suit and maybe increase the range by a few numbers? It's not going to go all the way to ace, I wouldn't have thought. So it stays epic, yes. Oh. Gains a few numbers. That changed the original number there, didn't it? Trying to work out the pattern of that merging so we can be a bit more deterministic and predict what... Oh, nice. So, what do we want? The range? I mean, it's so much lower in value. Like just being a common to a mythic. What will we get? So that's got maybe 10, 15 card, numbers worth of range. And it's got 1 suit. I mean, that'll be easy to spot in the card viewer. Come on. So we got the suit and the range. Okay. That should start appearing lots more in good hands. I'm just going to skip that. So up to 10 quintillion. Let's merge these two. Is it a smarter play to merge those two and get that range in an epic card? Let's do that. Yeah, so got the range, stays at epic, got the suit. A straight cavalry with 3 cards. don't... Let's try that as an experiment to see, have we got... Let's just double check we've got. Yeah, let's double check to see how many straights we've had, and if we've had... So we've had some 7-card straights, 6-card straights, and just regular straights. So let's see. Yeah, so that isn't. So what I wanted to do is I want to see if it's not just the original straight that gets reduced by a card, the card requirement, but all straights. And hopefully we'll get a high value win so we can see it in that, you know, top 5 viewer. So let's replace the epic 4-card one and replace it with this one. And we'll refresh that. Oh wow, we've got nearly 200 chips. I mean, waiting for this royal flush now seems pointless. Let's merge those two up to epic. Good range. That should be a good range of suits and, yeah, full range, or a very large range of numbers. So 5 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 4 of a kind. So, oh yeah. I think that 6 straight still had 6 cards in. Let's just watch this for... Straight with 3 cards, straight with 3 cards, straight with 3 cards. I mean, if we could merge that with the one that multiplies it if you do the same thing in a row. That's still just, that was doing a 5-card straight and just still calling it a straight. Oh, nice. Another mythic. I mean, yeah, is it time to start getting rid of some of these cards? Alright, let's work out a goal actually. We don't want to keep doing this. We could keep going on like this for a long time otherwise. Let's get this up to epic effect. So let's get to 240 chips, because that would be the original amount we needed. So let's get to 240, and then we will reset. Oops. We got a big hand there. We just jumped up a lot. What was that? 54 quintillion. And for what, 5 of a kind? So what was this. You know, fairly simple set of cards, really. Oh yeah, that one with the Eternal. Still no Royal Flush. That's it, extra suits. Not a great extra range, but a little bit of extra range. I think we've got another fairly large quintillion hand. Look at this one. Oh! I think we get another mythic instead. Yeah, okay, cool. Is that 225 quintillion? Let's have a look at what happened there. That'll definitely be at the top of the list. Another 21 quintillion. Okay, something's happening that's helping us. 225 quintillion. Just 5 of a kind. Have we got the 2? We saw there was the 2 3s, so that doesn't happen that often. This 5 of a kind does. Was there a 6 of a kind further down in the epic? I mean, these are only rare cards. We haven't even got a mythic or eternal. 225 quintillion. Have we hit our... yeah, miles over it. Okay. Okay, we could be at this forever, so let's just have a look at this and make sure that we can afford everything we want to try and afford. So I mean, we're going to burn all of our chips getting those rarer cards. Might not be worth doing that yet. We are slowly starting to approach the costs. So 6 of a kind. Wonder if we'd had that, we'd be starting to see a lot more of those. 7 card straight flush and 7 of a kind. Yes. I wonder if that's where the money starts really coming in. Oh, that just went up by 400 quintillion. What was that? Oh yeah, it's got the mythic. Yeah, 5 of a kind again. So I wonder if he had the 6 of a kind, 7 of a kind. That's going to really start bringing in the money. Yeah. So this Joker seems to be doing extremely well. Yeah, just not had much luck on the Jokers. I keep getting this pair one, which I don't think is very good. Okay. I kind of want to get to 300 now that we're nearly there. Let's do that. Let's get to 300, then we'll definitely I just got an SX. Jesus. Whoa. Ugh, what was that? Sextillion. So yeah, 5 of a kind again, but with the mythics and legendaries and epics. Okay. I mean, when you get a chance to get these big cards, these big hands, it makes getting the single chips from the quests redundant actually. Let's wait for this one more, and then we will do it and see what the fairy has got for our 240 chips. Oh, do I need like another huge amount of money to actually get that gap? Oh, there we go. Okay. There's always a bit of longing that I want to stay on, but let's go. You got something for me? Want to trade everything in for 374 chips? You'll also increase your ascension bonus from 2k to 5.7k. Let's do it. Yes! Time to try the plan then. What plan? Don't worry, it's foolproof. I just have to set this up real quick. Sure. What are you doing over here? Oh great, you again. You thought a poker chip ritual would get rid of me? Ha 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 ha. What does that even mean? I suppose I'm going to have to supervise you from now on. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll just pull up a chair and hang out here to make sure you ain't up to no good. Whatever. Well, you may have foiled our original plan, but I have a new idea. Yeah, our plan, sure. Now that he's sitting right here, perhaps we can use rune magic to upgrade our cards to hurt him. What do you mean? Well, this one rune was powerful enough to allow us to ascend and get great upgrades. Imagine what we could do with a lot of runes. I guess that does sound promising. Yeah, this will work for sure. I'll show you how I found the first rune so you can collect more. Then you can use those runes to make your cards hurt Lester the Jester so we can make him leave once and for all. Okay, let's do it. So there's a third level of upgrade, or maybe a third level of prestige. I wonder what if it works like other games where you lose the prestige you've received here. So let's unlock all the different hand types first of all. Let's decrease the Joker shuffle timer. Not sure I want to do those just yet. Oops, okay. Let's see. Let's increase this money to 300 million. So now we can definitely get all 7 cards straight away. I wonder if putting the rest into getting better rare cards. Let's just double check we've not missed something. I don't want to do those 2 yet. Yeah, let's just increase the rarity of the cards we can get. Then there's probably no point in even putting it in that. We'll get the money so much more quickly. Okay. Okay, need to pop away and run some errands for a little while. Oh, there's a health bar. I can't see him. I can't move around yet. Let's look at that when we come back shortly. Okay, and we're back. So I didn't have a quick chance to look at this before doing my family errands. So yeah, we saw that looks like the Jester is up there. And then we've got a rune area here. We've got 320 million, so let's get everything upgraded and going as per usual. Get all the decks. We should be able to afford getting all the sets of cards now. Let's get moving around. Unlock exploration. The cards we get already, we've earned a few million there straight away. Let's just do the kind of normal getting a bit of everything. Oh yeah, we've unlocked all the different types of hands now in the game, or that we know of so far. Yeah, we'll go through and get all of these hands upgraded. And, well, times 2. Is that always said times 2? 2, oh, is that just the icon? And yeah, we were seeing lots of 5 of a kind was one of our biggest earners last round. So 7 of a kind and 6 of a kind might be the ones that give us the money this time around. So we've got a couple of billion there. Well, just been sorting this out. So let's get a lot of these upgraded. Although I guess the quests aren't particularly useful anymore. I think I've only got 1 deck of cards going as well, so that's all actually happened pretty quickly. We got enough to do all of these, maybe? Starting to chew through the money we're earning. But yeah, being able to upgrade all of these without really having anything set up yet is pretty good. That's starting to burn money now. Let's do these to kind of 7. We're not going to be able to afford to do that. A couple more. Oh, we just got something that was several billion. So back to doing all of them. Well, these very quickly become $1 billion per upgrade down at this level. Right, any of these other basic ones that we need? Max out high card. Oh, I can't. Right, let's get our decks going. What are the chances of a straight? Get all the cards going. So the fairy never did tell us how to get runes. So I I guess that's just on our own conscience. Yeah, three of a kind. Yeah, so much value from these. Is the deck changed in some weird way? No, same as last time. Really. So we got a legendary Joker. We have not. Let's refresh. Yeah, we're already nearly up to 100 billion. We'll just get everything set up, and then we can start looking into the runes. Let's get flip speed first maxed out. Maxed out. Get up to 15. Right, can we afford to max out all of these? I think we will. Okay, they're maxed out. We're still just getting so much money. Let's just do everything then. Yeah, no new upgrades there on this tree, even with all the new stuff. Okay. Multiplies high, yeah, again. 1,000 sounds good, but the chances of getting high card or the value of a high card roll isn't that good. Oh, this is down to, yeah, 11 seconds now with the upgrades. Royal Flush, still very unlikely. I mean, I'm not sure the quests are even worth looking at now. Right, let's look at runes then. So buy a rune for 1 trillion, which we have. So buy. Collecting runes. Back in 5 minutes. Okay. Anything else going on? So we can look at. We can't look at the Jester. He's clearly there, watching my mouse. That's good. Let's get that one. Oh, I thought I could select 3 then. No, we didn't get the upgrade for 3 because it increased the cost of everything by so much. But perhaps we should have got that. Right, legendary high card hands, nope. We've had that last round, that didn't seem particularly good either. Refresh. We didn't get anything above a legendary for the Jokers, so it's not sure if you can get epics and mystics. Joker, you know, grade Joker cards. But the speed, let's just get that just to get earning more money. But the speed at which this refreshes certainly helps things. We can probably dart backwards and forwards to this and the Joker refresh. So straight can now be scored 4, yeah. We looked into that in the last run, and it didn't seem like that would affect the straights that involve more than 5 cards. So up to 6 trillion. So we've got a 1 trillion pull with a 6 card straight. Yeah, and as we get more high value cards that range, you know, span a large number of coins, you know, whatever do you call these, the rank, we'll be able to get the 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind, 6 of a kind, 7 of a kind. Oh, that's a good one. We had that one in a previous run and that was working very well for us. What was the one that was helping us in the last run? Oh, nice. So a mythic, and I think that's the better legendary. So I think it was it wasn't the total suit ones, it was something else. Oh, I can't remember, but it was giving us really high value odds. Oh yeah, that was it. Awesome. So we got 3 jokers. Got a little while before the rune is done. Nice. Just while that counts up, we will upgrade the multiplier against each hand, and I'll mute as I do that, as I imagine the clicking is very annoying. So let's do that. Oh, it's so tempting to just go backwards and forwards and check the joker, check the expedition. Right, I'm going to do the upgrades now. Whoa, just got a quadrillion. Oh, we must have got something else as well. There was like a 2.8 quadrillion there. And what was... There must have been something else. An 8 quadrillion. Holy smokes. And that was... Yeah, 8 suits. Yeah, wow. Straight. That's an insane return. Oh, not that many. You know, it's not got that mystic or a super duper high value one in there. Yeah, 5 of a kind is doing well for us again. Then 6 card straight. And just a regular straight. I wonder if it's the value because it's using the, you know, these special character ones instead of just regular numbers. They're straight up at that higher level. Right, we have got a rune. Let's have a look. Collecting 1 rune. So we have already received a rune. I'm allowed to buy the rune collector. Oh, I see. So that speeds up the rune timer. So what can we do? Oh wow, there is a whole other tree. Okay, so rune forging. Unlock upgrade expeditions so you can empower cards you already own. Okay, that's cool. We've got one rune, so let's do that. All damage, oh, so there's damage cards. So that's how we do damage to Lester the Jester. He had 1 billion health. So all cards deal 10% more damage. Upgrade expeditions now offer 3 cards to upgrade. That costs 5 runes. That's 6 runes. Then we've got magic cards apply arcane hex for 2 seconds, causing ranged and melee cards to deal 5% more damage. Okay, we've not seen any of these attacking cards yet. Crushing wound. Melee cards inflict crushing wound. Ballistic. Range cards. You can now upgrade up to 2 cards. That's 60 runes. Okay, so a lot of these are around status effects or seem to be adding skills or attacks to the battle cards. Yes. And then okay. We've got another rune. But these cost, yeah, several runes apiece. So can I do anything? So where do battle cards come from? So I've got that there. Let's not do that until we understand what's going on. We've got a few more options. You got something? Doesn't look like it. Well, she did say she was going to explain how all of this works. I guess that has not happened. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's try and get a good deck set up. Each straight hand squad. Oh yeah, we did have that going. I was meant to check before we prestiged how much that had earned. So that card there, every time a straight occurs, it increases its multiplier effect. So over time, that will become more and more powerful. Fairly standard times 10. Right, I'm going to go back to upping all of these to, oh, we're at 36 quadrillion there. That hand, that straight we saw earlier is still the top one. Right, let me upgrade all of the multipliers here. In fact, that's taking too long. I'm going to get my auto clicker going. Okay, we've got the mythic and the legendary. Go. Right, let me get my auto clicker going for those. Just need to be a bit careful I don't spend too much money, although it shouldn't matter too much. I mean, even with the auto clicker, that's fairly slow. Let me update that to be a bit faster. There we go. We'll get up to, ooh, try and get up to just under a quadrillion. For each of these. Billion, trillion, quad. Ooh. Just overshooting those a little bit. Billion, trillion, quad. Billion, trillion, and quad. Billion, trillion, quad. Billion, trillion, and quadrillion. 31 quadrillion there from that. So that 5 of a kind. Billion, trillion. Oh, that one. I've got to remember that one scales much faster. Don't need high card hands. So if the original payout starts with 3 or more repeated digits, e.g. 115 or 222. Oh, I kind of like that one. That one's a good gambling one. Yeah, let's get that one. So it really wants us to get this. That high card is just not worth it. Ooh, nice, nice. Yeah, I was hoping the luck. We got a few upgrades into the luck tree. Oh, have I misunderstood? Let's go back to that rune in a second. Let's get that. So we've got 2 rune collectors, so every time this triggers, I think that's how many runes we get. So we'll do, that's still quite cheap for us. Oh no. Okay, so let's think what this could be doing then. So originally that was 5 minutes for 1 rune collector. So does it always stay at 5 minutes, and for every rune collector it reduces the amount of time taken to get a single rune? Oh, we've got a quintillion now, so he must have got a good hand. We'll check what that was in a second. Or for every rune do we collect, does it take slightly longer each time? So let's spend into this until it starts to look a bit too expensive. Oh, we've got another quintillion there. I mean, yeah, let's spend into this one. Don't need that money just at the moment. Right, so let's see if this increases in the time. So 7 seconds. Seven. So we'll come back in a little while and see if that's increased to increase the amount of time it's taking to give us. Oh, nice. That's how actually we've not had a relic before, I don't think. We got a legendary, we got a mystic, and we got the eternal. Still had nothing to understand what the attacking cards or where they might come from, unless that's what this means. Start an upgrade allowing to empower. Oh, okay, so when I first read that, I thought that would be about, oh, picking one of these legendary, you know, one of our legendary cards, and it would get some extra suits or some extra range on the rank of it. But I'm guessing that is going to make them have attack powers. And then every time they're involved in a draw, it will deal damage to our friend Lester up there. But I noticed that did cost a rune to go on that expedition. So I think before we start doing that, we'll get the upgrades that... Oh, nice. Oh, that's excellent card. Yeah, we'll get the upgrades in here that allowed us to get additional, pick between more cards. So we need over 60. So that's 2, 4, 5. Oh, we can't afford that, that's 15 required. So it doesn't feel like that is increasing in the time required. So it might be worth putting money into this any time we can, just to increase that chance of return. So we're down at quadrillion. So what were these cards we got? A 7 card straight up in the weird numbers. Yeah, with two mythics and a legendary. Yeah, they combine together really quick for high rewards. Let's see how that the straight multiplier is doing. Yeah, this streaker one wasn't very good. I've never seen that do particularly well. So which one is the... Yeah, so this is currently going by 16 at 16.5x. I just saw it get a straight, actually. So it's 16.5, and over time, that will eventually end up being 2,500 multiplier. So we actually will get to 60 runes fairly quickly. We're back up in the QIs. Another, 5 of the kinds again, nearly top. Top hand we've had. A flush. Yeah. The thing is, the chance of flushes goes down. It's 5 of a kind and 6, a straight of 6, a straight of 7, where our big money's coming from. I wonder if it's about optimizing for great hands and kind of ignoring the run-of-the-mill everyday hand that gets billions or trillions or quadrillions even. We want to try and maximize the excellent hands, which are going to give us quintillions and higher. Yeah, 3, that was a straight. Not sure what size, but for 3.5 quintillion. Yeah, again, the achievements are now not worth a large amount particularly. Okay, we're at 36. I think that's 16 quintillion for the next upgrade to the rune timer. Yeah, I'm not sure that one was very good either. So it takes the card, the highest value card from your previous hand, adds it to the current hand, and increases its rarity. So if it was a legend, it would become a mythic. If it was a uncommon, it would become a rare, etc. Oh yeah, that's the good one. So we just need 2 more jokers. I'm gonna swap that to that one. What was that? Yes. Oh, 3 more, so we want to replace that. Epic. In fact, we'll take none from that. Take that. Nice. Let's start getting. Oh, we're nearly at 61. We'll wait for 60. Get that, and then we can at least upgrade 2 cards when we go through to do an enhancement. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything above legendary when it comes to jokers. Unless we've just been extremely unlucky. Nice. So when one of them, blings when it's gotten a good card, it's hard to quickly see which one it was before it's rotating around again. So we've had a 12 quintillion, which was 5 of a kind. Yeah, so the 5 of the kinds are they were what were dominating on the last run. And again, not with like super high level cards really. Cool, 60 runes. So, we need to upgrade that to max first, do we? So how long is this taking per rune now? 6 seconds, so a minute, and then we can do it, which is no time at all, really, as much as it feels like an eternity at the minute. Five of a kind. Is that 300 quintillion? Yeah. Wow, yeah, just the 5 of a kinds. Yeah, 320 quintillion with the mythic. All rare. Or all epic. Well, mostly epic. And that one rare. So we're back into making more chips. So the chips will still be useful for starting money, which becomes irrelevant pretty quickly. But also, there's an upgrade left in that tree that, from reading it, seems to indicate that it increased the quality of the cards we're finding on expeditions and our luck. So let's get more rune collectors. I think we're up to 60 now, so let's get the... And then we won't wait for that, even though it would be good to do 3. Let's see how this works before we start spending money. Right, so upgrade expedition, 1 rune. Oh, and of course that's I imagine that's also gonna increase the number of runes required over time. So yeah, it probably makes more sense from an efficiency perspective to get the option to choose. Oh. So I'm hoping that doesn't do anything to destroy these cards. So increases the value of hands. Oh, sorry, that's just the description of the mythic. Yeah, it's only 2. Hopefully. So what's that done? So it's given it. Let's have a look at that in the. So it's got a power of 12, and it's given it a melee attack. Where was the other one? It was a rare or an epic. Oh, there it is. So that's also a melee. And power 11, power 12. Oh, yeah, so we've done an absolutely minuscule amount of damage so far. Oh, nice. So I guess the game is now about trying to quickly increase the speed at which runes are collected, upgrading cards to be damage dealing cards, and then it would be interesting if the rarity affects the power output. So the mythic is 12, the rare's 11, so possibly not, because that is a few ranks below mythic. So maybe it's just a random amount of damage dealt to, you know, given to the card, and that's all that counts. $368 oh, we're all at sextillions. When there's an animation when we get a card that does damage. If there's a way of noticing which one of those could be legendary without hovering over it, I haven't been able to spot it so far. So what's that down to? 5 seconds per. Oh, we must have had a huge roll just then. Right, so it's, yeah, 5 seconds. And gets diminishing returns on the speed reduction with that. So, so it went from what that cost 1 rune for the initial run, and now that's gone up to 3. So at this point, why do we need to earn money? So we need to earn money to get more chips and to increase the speed at which we get runes. I mean, it's already 1 every 5. 1 every 5 seconds. Now, we did only put the rarity down. Let's check how many points we put into rarity quickly. Don't accidentally ascend. So we've got 18 of 100 into rarity. And we also have these two, which allows us to collect 3 cards from the Explorer and destroy 3 cards if we do a demolition expedition. Sorry, had to step away again there for a moment. We were just double checking what chips could be used for, or what's still useful about chips. So we had these which increase the number of cards you can pick, but they also increase the cost of them by, what is that, 1 million? Is that 1 million or 10 million? 1 million. And then, even upgrading the amount, the chance of getting good cards is expensive if that's going to be 38 per level and increase in cost as we go up. So, I'm not sure how long I've been AFK there, maybe 20 minutes or so. So, during that time, we've already amassed 86 chips. I think we might have also managed to get some decent hands, because we're up at the sextillions. So we've got a 6.6 sextillion. So that's what we got before when we upgraded that. But yeah, we must have got 2. 5 of a kind, 6 of a kind, 5 of a kind, 6 of a kind. Yeah, so prediction so far holding true that these X of a kind style hands are doing pretty well. So we've got jokers on everything now, apart from that. So we need to replace that. Oh, that's a good one as well. So we'll sell that. Let me just double check what that was. Yep, sell that. And use that one. So we do probably still want to keep doing just checking that wasn't resetting. So we're up to 56 times for the straight multiplier. And then yeah, these ones that are just, I'm guessing that one hasn't pulled off yet. Let's hope it's cool when it does. But yeah, these ones that are just times 10, it'll be much better to upgrade them to these ones, because I think these must fire far more often. We can watch it actually. I think stars come out of it when it triggers. So stars triggered that one then. So yeah, these ones that are just a multiplier, they're going to trigger every time because they've got no conditions associated with them. And then, yeah, we just need to do so much damage that even over the time I've been away there, it's not made a notable dent. Okay, so let's get some of these upgrades. We want to upgrade this again, so we can upgrade 3 cards to be damage dealing. And then let's go down. So far we've only received melee card upgrades. And then we get some damage over time. Let's do that. So these are only 1. So let's do each of those ones. That's increased the maximum number of stacks. And now it increases the duration. That seems good. And the damage. So this is about melee. Crushing Wound. Melee cards inflict Crushing Wound for 2, so it's also damage over time, but for melee attacks. So this is for all attacks. This is for melee. And then these are the same triplet, but for these melee attacks for Crushing Wounds. Let's get those. And I'm guessing this is then the same for, yes, for ranged. So again, it's damage over time. Yeah, increase the stack, increase the time, and increase the damage. And then once these all get to level 3, we then get an upgrade, a fireball, which does... Okay, so there's a chance to cast an additional magic or do an additional attack. Okay, we can look at those later. So they all require the previous level to be upgraded to level 3. So since these apply to ranged and melee, let's focus on these ones first. Let's get them up to level 3 if we can. And how much is this? That's only 3 runes, so we'll get fireball. And that requires fireball to be level 3. So that 20%, 30% chance now of firing a fireball. Spawn an additional fireball for each unique magic card you own, up to a maximum of 2, or initially, and then that gets increases. So let's, these are 4 apiece. Let's increase the fireball chance to the maximum. Then I wonder if that's 14, that's quite expensive. The stacks, probably shouldn't be doing stacks, probably should be focusing on duration and damage. So we've got 3 runes left, so let's do a rune expedition. So we can do 3 of these. I guess which ones don't matter. They've all got... Okay, so that's much... Some of those were pretty high. I didn't notice if they were... Oh, so we've got some stacks of damage there. Getting applied. And let's do another for 5 runes. We can increase the speed of the rune collector. I wonder if we merge cards with attack power, something happens. So we've got some ranged and melee there. Let's do another. Ranged magic. Oh, there's 3 types. Ranged magic and... Oh, see there's fireballs. Is that something down here doing that? Is that you? Or is that just whenever we cast fireballs, they fly up? So I can't remember the card types, but those certain card types did have a chance. Oh, here we go. We got damage numbers 22, 23. All very small numbers compared to our 1 billion target. 9 runes now. And we need 11 runes, which will be another 10 seconds or so before we get up to 11. Okay, so it's a mix of spending your runes on getting more cards to do the damage with, and saving your runes to upgrade the power of what you're doing. Okay. Let's do another expedition or 2. Each royal flush hand scores 0.5 as much. That's the royal flush, which, let's have a look at how many royal flushes we've actually done in this run. Exactly, where is it? Exactly 0. Yeah. So I think chances of that happening are very low. No big hands have happened again while we've been doing all that. Just slowly increasing the money. Okay, let's start. We got 13 runes. Be good to see when we get that 0.9 off of there. That'll be, we've done 100,000 worth of damage, depending on how the rounding is calculated. 3 cards to upgrade again. Yeah, I need to remember what expedition I've done, because a different number of cards can be selected. Oh, it does have an icon on. I'm silly. There is an icon on those that show what type of damage it will do. Right, let's do some merges. Get some high level cards. Although again, money isn't that important anymore. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So let's merge. I'm kind of interested to merge these battle cards, because that's melee, that's ranged, and they've got different values. Let's see what happens when we do that. So at 29, but it only had type range, so the damage combined, but not the types of attack it's done. Which makes sense, I suppose. So we've done at least 100,000 damage. I wonder if we do have to focus on the upgrades more than the card power themselves. I think merging these up into legendary make the most sense here. And then let's not get another battle card. Let's do some upgrades. So 10% overall power, or let's get all of these up to 3 and unlock the next tier of spell power. Can we afford that? We can. Let's unlock that one. The eagle-eyed among you will probably notice that all the numbers have jumped up a bit. You bright individuals can probably extrapolate how long I've been AFK based on the number of runes I now have and the 5-second timer it takes to get an individual rune. Alas, I did not intend this to be an idle game in the true sense. So we were just looking and trying to understand what do some of these upgrades offer. So we've got the ballistic, which applies to magic and melee cards to deal a stack. We've got crushing, which applies to magic and ranged, and arcane hex, which applies to ranged and melee cards. So I misread that on the first time round and didn't quite grasp that we've got magic, ranged and melee type attack cards. We upgraded all of these to at least level 3, which unlocks this second tier of spells. So we have the fireball, which is magic cards only, but they now have a 50% chance to cast fireball. And we got an additional point which spawns additional fireballs. We then have Savage Whirlwind. So melee cards have a 1% chance to also unleash a whirlwind, which deals 200 times the damage over 5 seconds. Okay, so yeah, we were saying 1% chance is pretty low. We've obviously got a lot of runes to spend now. And we've got Arrow Volley. Ranged cards now shoot through 3 arrows, each dealing 40% of the base damage. So, I guess in the initial upgrade of that would have been a net 20% gain over just firing the single arrow. So let's max out each of these. So that's not changed the percentage chance, just the multiplier. And let's upgrade this. So that's increasing the number of arrows. So that's 25% of base. So that's doing 150%. Oh no, more than that. Yeah, 150% damage across 6 arrows. So let's just see while we've been FK what's been going on. So we've dealt 3.5 million in damage during that time. We've gained 300 sextillion money. We got any crazy hands? Oh yeah, most of that's from one hand. 6 of a kind. Yeah, 6 of a kind, 6 of a kind. Yeah. Insane. Insane cards. Any jokers we need? Nope. That's in the quadrillions now to refresh. So let's go back to the runes and let's increase the rune collection speed. So that's down to, is that 1 every 2 seconds now? Oh no, 4 seconds. Yeah, 4 seconds. Okay. So then it looks like this layer modifies this level of spell. So it spawns an additional fireball up to, for each unique magic card you own. So I'm not sure how many of those we've got, maybe 1 or 2. So that doesn't power it up in of itself. That just gets stronger as we have more unique magic cards. What about this one? Whirlwind Resonance. Every tick of Whirlwind adds a stack of Fracturing Gale. If Fracturing Gale reaches 25 stacks, it weakens the Jester, causing him to take 100 times melee damage for 10 seconds. And this can stack up to 1 time, and then this changes the stack. Okay, let's get that to... So all of those need to be level 3 to get this next tier down. So Incendiary Arrowheads. Ranged cards apply a burn that deals 100% of the original damage over 15 seconds. And that seems to be 100% chance. That's good. I'll have a look at all these effects in a moment. Whenever you play, so the gambler's fallacy, whenever you play a card that deals damage, multiply the damage it would deal by 10% of the sum of its value score and suit score. Okay, so that's going to start increasing damage a fair bit, so we'll save. Let's just have a look at what we're doing currently. So we're doing, there's a 3.3k there. So we can see, saw some fireballs fire off then. Fireballs. So I saw some like waves. I guess some waves coming from these. I don't know if that might just be regular melee and ranged attacks we're seeing, and regular magic attacks actually. So what stacks have we got? We've got 7 stacks, 8 stacks of Crushing Wind. We've got Ballistic Mark. Oh, so that's the one. Oh, so we got that quite quickly. Oh no, so that's Ballistic Mark, Arcane Hex. So we got the weakened already. And, oh wow, the Incendiary Burn deals 37,000% of the range damage. So we've done another 1,000,000 damage or so while we've been talking that through. So we're seeing all the attack damage, but I wonder if the real damage is happening off the back of these stacks. Okay, let's spend So this is now affecting the suit score. That's getting very expensive very quickly. So Hoarder. All damage cards deal 1% bonus for every rune you currently hold. Okay. Interesting. Well, we're going to spend all of our runes. So we'll just get one of that just to complete the tree. But I think it's now worth upgrading some of these. Let's get a bit more overall damage. Let's get all these up to 7. If we can afford to do that. Not quite going to be able to afford that just yet. Watching that and counting to 4 then, I swear it felt much longer than 4 seconds. I'm sure it is still just 4 seconds. Yes. Right, okay. So while that's happening, let's also start to get more attacking cards. Oh, we need runes for that as well. Of course we do. Let's alternate between doing some mergers and expedition explorations. So this is going down at a noticeable pace now. So we've got 15 points now. Got 15 runes, so we'll get some more attack cards momentarily. Let's upgrade this rare to have the additional suits and range. Let's get some additional attacking cards. Don't move that. So we need to get to 357 sextillion. I wonder how much that's going to jump each time. If that's also going to get more and more difficult to get these coins. Okay. So one of those, that upgrade at the end, it was the value, the suit score. Why is the suit score in the hundreds? So it was the value score multiplied by the suit score. So actually, putting on something like that might be the most effective. Oh, did I only do 2 cards last round? That was silly if I did. Well, that's already got attack on it. So we need 17. Oh yeah, we're gaining quite some pace now with the damage we're dealing. So if we're to upgrade one that's already got it, what do we think will happen? So we'll remember that it's got an 11 melee. Right, 11 melee. 22 melee. I just feel like that was probably a waste then. That's just like a random number within the range. Now I need 19. Yeah, we're doing starting to do some pretty good damage now. Got some decent stacks of the initial level spells, and this incendiary burn is just stacking and stacking. Oh, 1. Need 21 runes. Let's get merging. Yeah, probably no point in looking at the jokers anymore. I don't think I looked at the quest board this run. 2 cards to merge. That's a shame. So that's got attack power. So if we merge these, that should stay 20 ranged. Yeah, 20 range, but it's got the suits. Merge again while we wait for more runes. Not got enough money to. I mean, the upgrades are, you know, really at the point of diminishing returns. Upgrading the speed of that. Oh, we did actually just cross over the line. So yeah, still 4 seconds. Merge these 2 for the legendary. Oh, did I misread that? That didn't go to a legendary then. I thought it would. Right, 21 runes, more attack. So what we're doing? We're doing about... Let's try and count this. Yeah, we're doing about 1 million damage every 5 seconds currently. Uh, 23 runes now required for that one. Getting better all the time. Yeah, the screen has just been getting busier and busier. It does look, yeah, really cool lighting effects. The aesthetic of this is, yeah, really, really cool. I mean, that icon for the attack expedition looked like it was greyed out then, even though we did have enough. It's quite a dark icon. So it's a waste of money to do it on the existing ones but that is better to do because of the suit and score multiplier. Same for that. Upgrade. Dude. It's a shame when they're not. I want to be big numbers. Oh yeah, I keep looking to say, oh, can we get some upgrades for here now? But we cannot because we need our runes to generate more attack cards in the first place. Oh, we got an achievement there for doing more than 1 million damage in a single hit. 2 to merge. That's 7 to ace. Let's merge this mythic with this one, which has got an insane range. Just see what happens. Yeah, it gets the insane range. Yeah, cool. Yeah, starting to do good damage now. Let's try and not spend too long in menus to make sure we don't miss the defeat. Oh yeah, it's coming down a few million every, I guess, as these stacks build. Hoo-hoo. So let's merge this relic. And, oh, it's a shame really, it's not a good merge. Let's do that one actually. Just to get the suits and attack power. More attack. Oh, so all the let's do that. I mean, that's got such a poor number anyway. Let's do that as well. Should we risk? Let's risk doing that one. In fact, let's risk doing the 19, so we can see if it does go up into the highest. It might have just been 2 bad rolls on that previous one we did. So that's a magic 19 on the ace epic. Oh, okay, it does stack. Terrible rolls on those two still, but that did stack, so that's actually a pretty strong attack card now. Ooh, 2/3 of the way through, only 1/3 of his health remaining now. Not a great option there, really. What do we need? 27, which we have. I guess just as more of these cards gain attack. So let's add to that and do the epic and this one. So that should be hopefully up into the 20 somethings. 25, cool. Good, yeah, did pretty decent rolls on those ones. I think we'll have one more time for one more expedition and then we'll watch the health go down, because it starts to come down pretty quickly. $150 million left. It's hard to track and understand how the damage is being. I guess it's all just these stacks and multipliers coming into effect, but sometimes it seems to be really going quite quickly compared to other times. Another mythic. Less than 100 million. Quickly do this. Rushing there really, I didn't want to miss the... Okay, let's get a merge going. wait this out. Less than 5% of his total health remaining. Down to 40 million. We're doing 1 million damage every few seconds or so. There's 2% left. Here we go. Ah, this is ridiculous. I can't get a break around here. Let me go. Fine, go. I'm sick of you anyway. Finally. Wow, it really worked. I mean, I knew it would work the whole time, of course. Yeah, sure you did. Well, I guess you're free to go. Yeah, I'm out of here. If you want, I could use the power of the runes to start you over again, but this time with a timer. I'll stay as is for now. Okay. Cool. I think that is the end. Let's wrap up here. We'll go... Ooh. Nope, don't sell that. Let's quickly just wrap up what's going on screen here. And we did have one upgrade in here that we didn't complete. My gut is we still do not have enough money to get that to 100 times. Yeah, we're in the QAs already, QIs, SXs. Yes, we're going to run out of money before. We only got to 66, so we need significantly more money. So we've got a timer up here now. So it took about 6.5 hours of gameplay to get through that with a few AFK moments. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Really beautiful to look at. Excellent. You know, all the animations and colours and stylings. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, we've been playing This Ain't Even Poker Joker, available over on Steam. Great, thanks very much everyone, and catch you in the next one. Bye!